Hello, Steve White, Trek Boy 89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, there's been a lot of news stories from Trek Movie and other sites about Discovery Season 5, but they're all pretty vague, just there's really no detail, just basically praising and promoting the show. But Doug Jones did let a little bit slip in a recent interview about Saru's character. Now, the first interesting thing about the interview that I found was this season, the 5th season, after they've been doing this makeup for 5 years, they realised they could run his makeup soft, so it was more pliable and would give him more mobility in his face and more expression. They discovered that accidentally. They accidentally ran, they mixed the makeup wrong, and it was softer than usual. And he was like, "Oh my god, this is great! Keep doing this." So now they started doing that. So possibly his acting will actually be better in this season because the makeup is giving him more ability to actually emote and more range and everything. But how they didn't know this in the beginning, even I know this stuff can be mixed at different consistencies, and you can go as hard, like you said, you can go as hard as a truck tire or as soft as a breast implant. And like, how did the makeup people not realize this and not realize that that is the best, you know, the best way to go with makeup for a human, like humanoid character that has to emote and their face has to move? It's baffling, but okay. The next interesting thing, the real sort of revelation, was that when he was asked about Starfleet Academy, of course he said he'd love to be involved, he'd be more than happy to be involved, but no one's called him yet. So we can confirm there's no cameo from him unless he's lying, and that the production isn't to the point where they're actually calling up actors and getting people in for cameos and that, because there's no way they're not going to do like a crossover element in the first episode where they've got members of Discovery sort of appearing as they sort of send Tilly off on her own sort of show and her own adventure. So if they haven't spoken to the other cast members yet and they haven't got all that sorted, it means they're not, you know, they're not as far into production as they'd like us to believe. Because the rumor is that the show is being frozen while the Paramount issues are being sorted, because they don't want to go into production on any new shows, because obviously they're trying to sell the whole Paramount to someone else, and these people don't want to take on new commitments that they haven't like approved of or done themselves, so they're going to want to put everything on hold until that's resolved. And the rumours are that Starfleet Academy won't survive, which on one level would be great, but another level would be a pity, because I think Starfleet Academy could be a great Star Trek series if it was done in the original canon and set in the 23rd or 24th century. But in the 31st century, where it's totally unrecognisable and there's no way to realistically depict, you know, humanity and our society and Starfleet in, you know, over 1,000 years, it's just too much. They can't make it believable. Basically, when they went to the 31st century, they just changed a couple of little superficial technological things and everything else stayed the same. And there's no way humanity, technology, Starfleet didn't change more in 900 years. So they need to just stick to the 23rd, 24th centuries. If they'd just moved 100 years, it probably could have worked, but 900 years, it didn't work. The only way it would have worked is if they didn't contact humanity and they were just in an area of space and were free from all the canon issues, and they just could have been running in with, you know, alien races that didn't have, you know, the history issues and the time issues and all that, with how long they are from, because, you know, it doesn't relate to our Earth and all that. So interesting interview. Baffled by the makeup revelation in the 5th year, and glad to hear that they haven't actually made any progress with the show, because I hope it does get not cancelled but a huge reworking and changing, so they do go forward with it, but they do it in a way that's actually what Star Trek fans would like to see. Because they were talking about a Starfleet Academy movie and series. They've been talking about it for years. They've done comic series, they've done novel series. It is a good idea. It just has to be done in the right way, and the 31st century, 900 years from the Star Trek we know, is not the way to do it. But that's just Kurtzman wanting to make money on the areas of Star Trek that he owns, that he makes money out of the IP on, not what actually Star Trek fans want or what would be best for the show or the franchise. But I'm going to go rant over. Love Doug Jones. I hope to meet him one day. He was actually supposed to come to Australia before the what happened, and it got cancelled. I would have gone to meet him, even though I hate Discovery, but I would have gone to meet him because I do like Saru, and I love Doug Jones. So